Good morning, everybody. And good morning to all my subscribers. And thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so here's the difference. You ever notice, I'm not downing people who need a little help in their cupboards, to feed their children and stuff. The SNAP benefits, that's what they were originally meant for, was to make sure that, it was a supplemental nutritional assistance program. It was not meant to fill your cabinets full of potato chips. I'm going to give you an example. On a working man's budget, I'm going to show you what you buy for $100. One loaf of bread. Okay. If you're lucky, some lunch meat, some vegetables, but you got to be easy on the vegetables. Get the bag salad, because the bag salad, maybe some butter, maybe some eggs, and milk. That's what you get on a working man's budget. Now let me show you what you get on a food stamp budget. Now, this is not a food stamp budget, but you get the point. Loaded with junk. Okay, now I bought that stuff with my husband's hard-earned money. That being said, point is you see many people bitching that they can't buy their kids these because supposedly Donald Trump is taking away the food stamps. Okay, couple things. First of all, it's not Donald Trump's doing. It's the government's doing. It's not one entity of the government. It's the entire government because of the government shutdown. I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Angela Rose on YouTube. Check her out. People are melting down.
That claims that she loaded up on food before her food stamps ran out. I don't understand how this was.
That's a food stamp budget.
I'm glad that they're
and a lot of people were doing things with their food stamps that they shouldn't have been doing, like selling them. And they're, I bet, very angry right now.
Turning off and then turning back on the government. Maybe they can make some better changes.
The government SNAP program was never there to make your life so you don't have to work, so you don't have to do anything, so you can just let the government feed you and your family. That's not what it was for originally.
This is the type of food that Americans eat and are still starving. It's the type of food that you eat it and you just have to eat more. So that's why they just have a bunch of Twinkies and Doritos. This stuff is so addictive. And they're just going to be forever.
As I said, a food stamp household.
America is filled with...
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with buying junk food. I buy it, obviously. But when you know you're living on means where basically the government controls whether or not you eat and your children eat, you ought to be a little smarter about things.
Full starving people.
Donald J. fucking Trump. Let my wife tell me next month that we...
Okay, first of all, why is this man even pissed? Dude, you are a man. You need to go out and get yourself a job.
Ain't getting the shit we need for our motherfucking 5 kids. You think I'm playing? This ain't no goddamn joke, Donald.
Something's telling me that they're not buckled up just quite right. This kid looks like he should still be in a booster or something. Why is this 5-year-old in an infant car seat? I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop judging this scene.
Goddamn joke, Donald. Let me find out my motherfucking stamps don't come through so my motherfucking kids don't eat. We don't have a good ass.
How about you go get a job so your kids do eat?
You know how important...
You know what? You won't be able to buy junk food. That's what you won't be able to buy. You could still buy your kids their Thanksgiving fixins. You just can't buy the extras. I feel bad for the people that really need the help, like people that are elderly or disabled. They can't go out and get a job. And yet people are pitching a fit. I see people that are his age pitching a fit that Donald Trump didn't do this. The government did. Schumer did. It's the Schumer shutdown for a reason.
You could literally make a wonderful date by walking to the park and buying a little piece of bread that costs 30 cents.
Okay, first and foremost, there's no 30-cent piece of bread. I don't know what city she lives in, but where I live, there ain't no bread for 30 cents. And you ain't buying a little piece of bread. You're buying a whole loaf or whatever. But the point is, regardless, it's like $1 and change. You can purchase a loaf of bread and feed the ducks at the park and have a great time.
And if you have a good attitude, bring a blanket and sit in the sun, look at the clouds, you would have an incredible day. But these people blame Donald Trump for everything. They're like, Donald Trump, why didn't you buckle up my kids?
I don't know what the fuck that's going on in that White House shit, but y'all better get that shit together. Y'all need to tighten that shit up, bro. Y'all about to fuck a lot of people up. At least 7 of them in my crib. You feel me?
7 of them in your crib. You feel me? Okay, I see the problem here. Trash, who should not have been reproducing. And now, the reason I say that is if you have, the way traditionally you should be doing things is getting married and starting a family. You don't start that family when you do not have a home of your own. You do not start that family unless you are married. You do not start that family unless you can afford to feed said family. That's why birth control is a thing. That's why I think people are so hysterically funny. They want to blame the government for everything, especially Donald Trump, since he's been in office. But the thing about it is that what these people fail to realize is you did this to yourself. You brought 5 kids onto this planet that you cannot afford. You made that choice. So don't pitch a fit and play the victim when you and your actions are the reason you're in the position you're in, not Donald Trump.
This is the man of the household as well. I think it's funny that he acts like Donald Trump is the man of his household.
Exactly.
Donald Trump should be the one supplying them food. This is going to be a long video, but you guys better stay till the end because at any moment I am going to drop just the most beautiful words of wisdom that you could possibly imagine. Let's do this.
And if you can say to the retail workers during this hard time of what's going on in the world, I really don't advise y'all to try to chase after anybody that's trying to collect them some food for their family as they're walking out that door with that cart, because you might fuck around and don't make it home.
So basically, she's saying that people are going to start stealing cartloads of food, and then if you try to stop them, you're going to be harmed. Absolutely disgusting that people are like this. If you steal, you will get arrested. If you steal from a grocery store, I don't care if if you think your family's starved. You know what? Go out and get your ass a job. And if you can't get a job, do whatever you do. I see street performers out on the street, flipping, playing guitar terribly sometimes and making $1 or $2. They're doing what they have to do to survive. That's what you need to do. Not stealing what doesn't belong to you. Because the only thing that will do is put your butt in jail.
Where I really think it's y'all best bet to let the people walk about that store that shit if you mind your business. Because I promise you, when y'all get in my face, I'm going to flu-flux y'all ass.
And guess what? You're going to get flu-fluxed ass or whatever you just said. Because people like this need to be put in jail now. Before. Like when the police always go, well, gee, I wonder why this happened. Because they don't lock people like this up. That's why it happened.
Wait, it's just so funny that she started out the video acting as if she was speaking on behalf of the voiceless, the people who need to
what's going to happen to your children that you cannot afford when your ass goes to jail?
Here's like
FAFO.
each one is at least $100, and they're gonna expect a tip. I'm just saying that you can save money in some places, make some sacrifices so that you can
Exactly.
It's not like
Because I'm going to show you something. This lady is bitching a fit about being on food stamps and not being able to feed her kids, yet she's got a face full of piercings, which are expensive, I can guarantee you, because I have a child who has piercings and I know what they cost to do and to have maintained. And I also see that her nails were done pretty. Do you know what it costs for a girl to get her nails done? Look at these. You know, these are all mine. Not gorgeous, not pretty. My husband doesn't care, thank God. Because if he did, I'd have to go out to a place and get my nails done. And do you know what that costs? Anywhere from $80 to $100 just to get the nails done. And then, of course, the tip. So for people like her to sit there and say, well, I can't feed my children, how about giving up some of the things that you like so your children can eat?
I don't know why people are acting like we're living in a place where there's no food. This is America. There's abundance here. Food is cheap. I just don't really think that it's realistic to try to play the whole, oh, but is it ethical to steal bread for your family to eat? Because we're obviously not dealing with this.
Okay, so we're going to skip ahead to the next video.
People are also complaining about Section 8 as well.
In 2 years, I'm going to lose my housing. All because the guidelines for Section 8 have changed since you-know-who got into office. They're saying that if you have a child that is school age, meaning if you don't have to stay home with your child, you have to be able to obtain employment, have a full-time job, and you cannot be on Section 8 past 2 years unless you have
Okay.
a disability. Can you believe that?
You mean you should have to work to take care of your children? My husband worked for almost 25 years, I think it was. I don't remember exactly. But he busted his butt every day, 7 days a week sometimes, to put food on the table, to put a roof over our head. And this bitch is complaining that she might have to get a part-time job.
Yeah, I can. I mean, it actually sounds incredibly reasonable because if you have the day free,
Exactly. What are you doing at home? It makes no sense.
to customers,
All right, we're going to skip ahead to the next person.
Of course, New York is like that, you heard? Nah, but serious?
you know,
Did not.
Hold on, we got to back that up. Right to here.
much value, very pleasant to customers. There's just too many opportunities in America to be complaining.
You a New Yorker, man. Don't do us New Yorkers like that, you heard? Nah, but serious?
You know,
Did not. The whole America food stamps, bro? It's gonna be a problem. Walmart, get ready. New York City, we got C-Town, Pioneer, Key Food. Get ready. Oh, yeah.
oh no, is this why
Maybe your new socialistic mayor can do something about that for you.
that Zohran Mamdani guy is gonna win New York? Because it's like, we'll have government-owned grocery stores, don't worry. We're gonna
Yeah, no, you won't. There's the thing. Mandami promises government-run grocery stores. How are you going to have government-run grocery stores when you can't even get the government to give you EBT benefits?
Okay, yeah, tell the people of Venezuela.
So maybe think about that before you agree to have a mayor who promises you the world and can't deliver shit.
How is it going? Nothing is free, okay? The wisdom is getting closer, guys. I'm getting to that point.
Trump cutting off food stamps right before Thanksgiving, bad enough, but my people run out of stores with the cart full. I bet it's gonna be some turkey on my plate, ham, mashed potatoes, greens, dressing. It's gonna all be there. Don't worry about it.
How about you don't disown your family, and then you could have had a real nice Thanksgiving dinner with your mama and your daddy.
So she's just like, we're going to steal carts full of food.
Okay, so you're going to steal carts full of food. First of all, you don't need to steal, even if you were going off the fact that you were going to steal food. Okay, even if you were going off of that fact, you don't need cartloads of food for a Thanksgiving meal. That's what I don't understand about these people. And I mean the people that are coming on TikTok making their little comments about stealing food because they're going to feed their family. First of all, some of these people have been receiving upwards of a lot of money per month in food. I saw one lady who was receiving like $1,700 a month. She wasn't putting food on her table. She was selling that shit. And then she going bitch that she ain't got food for her family for Thanksgiving. Well, maybe you shouldn't have been selling your food stamps, and maybe you should have been putting food on the table and stocking up like a normal person would. Now, that's just it, though. People don't think ahead. They think of their wants and their desires in the here and now. How can I make me and mine happy for today, for right now? And you don't think ahead. Any system, one lady said it best. She said, any system where they can flip the switch that quick and make you starve and make millions of people starve is not a system that you want to depend on.
Why? I mean, there's no reason for it. Guys, it's time for the wisdom, okay? Despise. You hear that? Despise the free lunch.
All right, and that's pretty much it for her. Don't forget, check her out. Oh, wait, no, I was wrong.
I think
She still has
this
more.
is really good for everybody to learn how to not be dependent and be the one that people can depend on. It's going to change everything for their lives.
You better lock your cars at night, lock your cars, lock your house up. If one of the people that just leave you in your car unlocked, parked in your driveway, you better lock it. With the food stamps being gone and people not gonna have no, people gonna eat, okay?
Let somebody come up on my house and take anything of mine. I believe in the Second Amendment. That's all I got to say about that. That's what people don't realize is they're making these comments online. Like one lady said, she would take whatever she had to feed her family, even if it meant stealing from her neighbors. Some of those neighbors might not be so nice and so willing to let you take what's theirs. So maybe people need to stop panicking and start realizing that you're going to be able to feed your family in November. You just might not be able to give them the Cheetos and the Doritos and the Coca-Colas and things like that. You might just have to tighten your belts a little. That's all.
Nobody's gonna, this 2020 is not gonna eat nobody. Food stamps, I'm telling you right now, the government shut down and the food stamps and stuff being gone for next month, and it's gonna affect everybody. There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on, okay?
It's just like the entitlement because nobody here, even the homeless people, find food somewhere. People give them food, people give them money. This is America. We're not worried about going hungry. In fact, a lot of us in America could last some time without eating as well. It's just crazy that the entitlement is like, not only do I want to eat, but I want to eat all of my favorite snacks.
Dear Mr. Trump.
That's exactly it. They're upset that they're not getting their junk.
I don't care nothing about what you and your little side piece, Miss Argentina, got going on. Okay?
Little side piece, Miss Argentina. Are you crazy?
At least my food stamps. I got 8 kids to feed.
First of all, why you got 8 kids? Did your mama ever teach you not to have... Never mind.
The baby daddies, 7 of them They married with their husbands, okay? So leave me alone. Release.
7 married to their husbands. Okay. So we see your taste in men quite obvious. And birth control doesn't exist in your mind, apparently, because you have 8 kids with 7 different baby daddies. You know what you would be called back in my day. Now I'm not going to say it because I'm a good girl, but you would be called it. That's disgusting. 8 kids with 7 different baby daddies. And we wonder why our country is falling apart. Because of people like her. 8 kids with 7 different baby daddies. Maybe be a little more selective on your choices there. I've been married to the same man for over 20 years. Prior to that, I had one other husband. I've been married twice. Been with 2 men in my entire life. Okay? Be a little more selective.
My food stamps. I need a refund immediately, okay?
2 baby daddies is a lot. 3 baby daddies is too much. 7? 7? I don't know. It's gonna make people who have 2 feel a whole lot better, that's for sure.
All I know is if I don't receive my benefits this month, the food stamps, I feel bad for the motherfucking shop, right? I will.
Okay, first of all, you are a young man. Why are you not working? You lazy son of a bitch.
I just be rolling my cart out that bitch like.
And I hope you go to prison. Because if I'm at a ShopRite, near my ShopRite, and I see this man or anybody else walking up out of there with a cart full of groceries and the person chasing him, I'm going to record you and send it directly, and your cart license plate, and send it directly to the police. Because that is absolutely disgusting. First of all, there is no reason why this man should be on food stamps. He is able-bodied, young. He should be able to get a job.
Well, I guess the card just didn't work this month. It'll work next month. I owe y'all now, I guess. Because I'm going to be eating Thanksgiving. Fuck.
So people aren't even worried about actually eating. They're just worried about stuffing their fat faces with turkey and all the fixings for Thanksgiving dinner. What is wrong with people? Have you totally forgot what the holiday is about? Being thankful for what you have. According to him, whatever he has, the government gave him for free. He's a freeloader. That's what we call that.
What you talking about?
Isn't the best part of Thanksgiving supposed to be being grateful and being with your family? It's
Amen.
okay to have
Amen.
spaghetti
You can have
Thanksgiving.
whatever you want as long as you're together with your family and your loved ones. It's called being grateful for what you have. If I had no Thanksgiving turkey to feed my family and I gave them pasta or rice, they would go, okay, we're happy to be here. We're happy to be with you, Mom.
It's not gonna be the end of the world. We're gonna make it out, guys.
And let's be clear. They are not saying they're taking the benefits away permanently. They said there may be a delay. And this is how people are reacting. Over a delay. And what they don't realize is they'll get all of that and double. It's not like, oh, well, we'll turn it back on. You guys are going to get your only 1 month. No, you're going to get a big payout probably. I don't know for a fact. I can't say that for a fact. But it's like when you apply and it takes months and months and months to get approval. They give you from the date of applying. Well, it's the same kind of concept, I think. I don't know. Please don't quote me on this. But I believe that whatever the delay is, let's say you go November, December without SNAP benefits. So in January, you will get all of November's, all of December's, and all of January's. I think. I'm not positive, though, so don't quote me.
Me and my man will be at the grocery store walking out with two big ass.
This woman, DOJ, pay attention. This woman and her husband are planning to steal food.
carts, and they bet nobody better do nothing because my man coming hard behind me, and it only take him one time to punch your ass.
It's
And it'll take one time for his ass to go to prison.
very interesting that their plan to.
I absolutely love people like that. Absolutely adore people like that. Now, I'm about to show you this man. And tell me he don't look like he is possessed by demons.
More purchasing power. We'll see if
You know
that
what?
happens.
Since you want to take food stamps away, I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to break up any damn Walmart, throw this shit right in the basket. I'm going right about that bitch. Move, get the fuck out my way. I'm not paying for it.
Tell me he don't look possessed. He got the demons. He got the
Oh,
demons.
watch this. Watch this. I'm about to, it's about to be some bullshit. It about to be some shit. I'm about to go in there.
Because your fat ass could use a diet. Sorry. But I'm sorry. He don't look like he skips too many meals. And he's worried about 1 month of food stamps.
Stuff, you hear me? Nasty up, breaking every damn off the damn shelf, throwing that shit in a basket, walking clean about it. Well, I got me for the boy, about me Thanksgiving, you hear me? And Christmas coming up. And y'all gonna take away the EBT? Oh, nah, y'all got the game. Y'all got the game all the way up, son. Believe it.
How about don't rely on a system that has set you up to fail from the beginning?
Watch this. Y'all think I'm playing?
And tell me this man don't look like he's possessed. I still think he's possessed by demons.
It's like an actual threat. As much as it's silly, he's actually trying to scare people.
And he's not scary.
His benefits.
He looks crazy.
The thing
He is
you
crazy.
guys know this money doesn't even exist, right?
Yeah, you do know that this doesn't belong to you, you entitled piece of shit. And everybody else who is bitching. You do know that money does not belong to you. It's not your EBT benefit. Guess what? It belongs to the government. It belongs technically to the tax-paying Americans who paid into that program and worked every day and paid taxes on money. That's who that money actually belongs to. Not you freeloaders who are able to get jobs and don't. There are people who cannot work because of disabilities. There are people who cannot work because they are elderly or disabled. And they rely on those food stamps to feed themselves. What I am scared about is the little lady down the block who will end up eating cat food if nobody helps her. That's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about Jabba the Hutt here, who is going to be upset if his food stamps don't come. See my point? That's what he sounded like. Like a crazy man. Threatening violence to anyone who would stop him or dare to stop him from stealing food from a grocery store. That does not belong to him. Do we see the crazy in the world? Do we? Do we see the crazy in the world? Because there's a lot of fucking crazy in this world. Now, there's a lot of crazy. People threatening to walk up in stores and steal cartloads of groceries. First of all, where are your dumbass putting all those cartloads of groceries? You don't need a cartload of groceries for Thanksgiving. You need a turkey, some potatoes, some onions, some green beans, a can of soup, and some stuffing, and maybe some cranberry sauce. That's what you need. You don't need a cartload, 3 cartloads, 4 cartloads of groceries. Because then you're just stealing just to steal. You're not stealing to even feed your family. You're stealing because you don't want somebody else to steal it first. This is the mentality that these people have. And I mean these people, meaning the crazy MOFs who are threatening to steal cartloads of groceries and threatening violence to anybody who dares stop them.
You just spend it. It's just paper. Money is an idea.
All right, so we're going to skip a little head to this lady.
What's best for the country? And it's like no raindrop ever blames itself for the flood.
Let's just make it clear, okay?
And it's not Donald Trump. It's the government. Maybe blame Chuck Schumer. And here's a better idea yet. Here, like I don't know about California because I don't live in California, but I can tell you about New York. New Yorkers, how about you tell Kathy Hochul, instead of giving $50 million to illegal immigrants for their defense, and instead of giving something like $50 million to Letitia Dreams for her defense, put that $100 million in our SNAP benefits so people out of New York eat. But will she do that? No, because she doesn't care about us actual New Yorkers. She only cares about the illegal immigrants. You see my point? Tell your local lawmakers to put the money, instead of into the illegal immigrants, put it into the SNAP programs. And then people will eat. You'll get your benefit. You want to know where your benefit money went? To the illegal living across the street from you. That's where it went.
Get ready, because it's about to go down. Okay? What you don't learn is you don't play with black people's food stamps, okay? So get ready, because people about to just start taking shit, okay?
And okay, if they do okay, they're going to go to jail, okay? What is wrong with people like this? This is exactly what I'm talking about in society. People acting crazy. This woman should be educated. She kind of looks like she would be educated, but apparently she's not, because she's saying, because people are about to start just taking shit, okay? Guess what? When people do that, they go to jail. It's called theft of service. It's called stealing. And it's called against the law. How about, instead of threatening to steal stuff come November 1st, how about you people tell your government legislators, like Kathy Hochul, like Gavin Newsom, like all these people, all these leaders in your states, to, instead of investing millions of dollars into illegal immigrants, how about invest that back to our SNAP program so people can eat? How about that? But they won't do that because they don't care about the actual citizens. They only care about their illegal population.
Another video of the woman claiming.
And that's pretty much it for today, folks. Don't forget, like and subscribe. And check out Angela Rose on YouTube. She always brings hard-hitting stuff. Give her the like, show her the love. And if while you're at it, like and subscribe here, so it really helps the channel. It helps the video message get out there to others. I don't know how it works exactly. I'm not really technologically great, but the thing about it is what I see happening is people are panicking for no reason. They hear, well, you might not get food stamps in November. It might be delayed a few weeks. That's what they said. Those were the words out of the government officials. And people immediately start melting down, threatening to steal. That brings out the best in our society. I'll tell you what, President Trump, this is what we do. All those people that are threatening to steal food, we take all of them and we lock them up in an asylum. You want to know why? Because those are the ones that are tearing apart this country. Because have we forgotten that what SNAP stands for? Supplemental Nutritional Assistance. There's the word, assistance program. It doesn't mean the government takes care of you and yours. It means you're supposed to take care of you and yours. And yet you're not doing that. You're relying on someone else. And that's pathetic. That's all I've got to say on this subject for now. Anyway, don't forget, check out later. We'll be back with more. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Thank you to all my new subscribers. God bless. Peace out. And yes, I think that everybody should be able to feed their families. I'm not saying that. What I'm really concerned, I'm not concerned about Jabba the Hutt, who had his head going 100 miles an hour looking like he's possessed by a demon. I'm not concerned about whether or not that man eats. I'm concerned whether or not the little old lady who can't work eats. I'm concerned about the mom who has a disabled child at home and she can't work. So she is relying on someone to help her. Okay, yeah, that I can see. Disabled elderly people, definitely. I can see them receiving help. People like this lady threatening to steal cartloads of groceries and Jabba the Hutt threatening to get his. Now, I feel no pity for you. I'm sorry. I do not feel pity for you because you should be able to go out and get a job. If I were bitching, I would expect somebody to say the same thing about me. Go out and get a job. Because I could. There we go. That's all there is to it. Anyway, guys, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. God bless. And people, be smart, be safe, and don't do stupid stuff. Because no matter what you think, it's still illegal, and you will go to jail. They might not catch you that day, but they will catch you. God bless. Peace out. Like and subscribe for more.